Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Savancy. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a first perspective on things and how we see them. And today we're going to switch things up a little bit. We're going to be talking about a little bit of football, soccer. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, you know we're an NBA-centric channel, and we try to cover some of the hottest topics in the NBA world every single day, but there was no way we could not talk about this news right here. And this news, I believe, is even bigger than the NBA Finals, whether you want to believe it or not. What are we talking about? We're talking about arguably, the biggest soccer player in the world in Lionel Messi, right? Lionel Messi, as you guys know, Lionel Messi, depending on how you want to pronounce his name, just recently, won the World Cup. Right, and I watched it, and if you guys didn't see the World Cup, that was absolutely in just my honest opinion, that World Cup finals was probably the most incredible single sporting event I have ever witnessed in my life. It was something unreal. And for those of you who maybe follow this channel from the States, our channel is about 70% plus, 75% plus. From the United States, there's nothing like soccer. Soccer by far is the biggest sports. The biggest sport in the world. It's not even close. It is absolutely not even close. And to give you guys an idea, the amount of people that watched the World Cup, the last World Cup, was around 1.5 billion people that watched that game. 1.5 billion. That is about 5 times or 4 times the population of the United States. Soccer is literally that big. If you look at Lionel Messi, the guy has 469 million followers on Instagram. Ronaldo has almost 600 million followers on Instagram. Now, what's the big news? The big news is that Lionel Messi, who I think is the greatest ever. I've seen him play, and I think he is absolutely incredible. Just signed a new deal with the American-based team called Inter Miami, right? And this deal is reportedly worth $54 million per season. Now, I want you guys to just follow why I'm saying that these football players are the biggest thing in the sports world. There was a post that I saw from SportsCenter posted a few hours ago, and it said, Inter Miami have increased their following by 5x on Instagram since the Lionel Messi news broke. Prior to them releasing this information, they had 1 million followers with 3,348 posts. The moment they posted that they were getting Messi, which means they had 3,349 posts, their follower count jumped to 5 million in about a day or so. This is how these guys literally move the needle. No one moves the needle like soccer players. No one. Absolutely no one. And I think that something that American sports does is, I think, they do a lot of this. I believe, American sports fans a major disservice, in my personal opinion, by not covering other sports. And it almost seems like the United States turns into like a bubble. So if it's not the NFL, or it's not the NBA, or if it's not baseball, then it's almost like as if there's no other sport that exists. When in reality, the biggest sport in the world is soccer, and it ain't even close. It ain't even close. If you think, just to put it in the context for you, for as big as you see, for example, a LeBron James, okay, Cristiano Ronaldo is probably 4 to 5 times bigger than LeBron. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's your business. But in terms of globally, it's not even close. Like, these guys are in a different stratosphere when we're talking about popularity. It's not even close. Let's just look at some of the highest paid players right now. I'm just reading from an article here from Square Mile. Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be making $200 million a year. That's Cristiano Ronaldo's salary. Mbappe, who is a beast, Mbappe, an absolute monster, he's making $128 million a year. Lionel Messi was or is for PSG was making $120 million a year. That was just their salary. Now, if we start factoring endorsements and all of that stuff, or maybe that's the endorsement, but $200 million as a take home is not even, it's unheard of. Which means that these guys are bringing in hella bucks. Hella bucks. And I mean, it's absolutely incredible. For me, I actually grew up playing soccer because I was raised a little bit in West Africa when I was very young. So I actually enjoyed playing soccer as a kid. I actually enjoy playing it more than watching it, although sometimes I'll watch it, but it's very hard. And I probably will get into soccer. The only problem is there's so many different leagues, so I don't even know what league to even follow. At this point, I'm sure somebody will give me. So maybe if you guys have a recommendation, what league should I follow, or what team do you think I should follow? I also studied and went to college in Italy, and trust me, there's nothing bigger than soccer in Italy. It's right up there with religion. I mean, you know, soccer is just part of the culture. So to me, I think it was important that we touch on this topic. I'm obviously not well versed in soccer. I can't tell you all the positions or anything like this, but I do know about it, right? And I think Lionel Messi is the best ever, the best in the world, best ever. I mean, the way this guy impacts the game with his threat to score, but also his ability to make other players that he's playing with a threat, with his ability to get other players, into a striking position, is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's now obviously people disagree with me. Some people say Cristiano Ronaldo is the best. I don't even want to get into that argument right now because that's not what I'm here. I'm sure people have their opinion and they can explain it to me in depth detail. But to me, man, this is huge news, and I think they're doing this to move the needle. Formula One, I'm an avid Formula One follower. Avid. I really follow Formula One. If you guys are paying attention, they're trying to break the sport into the United States. That's what they're trying to do. I think the last Formula One, the championship, not the last one, the one before that with Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, I think pulled in, almost 500 million viewers that watched that race, right? And I think what they're trying to do is that they're trying to crack the American market. And there's some American celebrities that follow Formula One. You see Michael Jordan, you see Tom Brady, you see Vin Diesel, you see so many of these guys. That's why they have a race in Miami. I believe they have a race in Austin, Texas, and I think they have another race. So they're really trying to push the sport. And I would implore some of you guys that if you're maybe just traditionalists and maybe follow the NFL or follow the NBA or maybe MLB, I would suggest you guys try to expand your horizon because there's some really, really incredible sports out there to enjoy, man. And, you know, this is one of the reasons why it's important to travel, to really expand your mind, right? Because imagine being a fan of soccer and the NBA and football, talking about American football, as opposed to just being, I'm just an NBA fan or I'm just an NFL fan, right? This is the importance of having an open mind because you can really broaden your thinking. So to me, this is huge news. This is huge news. And these soccer players, man, football players, however you want to call them, these dudes are in a league. They're in a league all by themselves. These dudes are in a league all by themselves. I'm sorry, there's no American athlete that can move the needle like this, because you know the game is not as good. Now the NFL, in terms of the Super Bowl, I think it's the most viewed sporting event every single year, and a lot of people watch that all over the world. But if we're talking about the biggest sport in the world, it's soccer. It's not even close. It's not even close. If you guys don't believe me, go watch the Netflix documentary on FIFA. There is no other sports body that has that type of impact on actual governments. Go watch it and see how world leaders, talking about presidents, prime ministers, were vying for the World Cup to come to their country. It is unlike anything. And this news is huge. Just decided we wanted to touch on it. Probably won't be a reoccurring thing, but I said today, hey, why not give it a shot? So what I want to know from you guys is simply this. What do you think about this Lionel Messi news? Do you think it's going to move the needle in terms of Americans starting to slowly get into football? Or do you think that, hey, you don't see it happening even with Lionel Messi coming to the United States? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comment section, and we catch you guys on the next show.